Jonathan Chan is the Executive Director of Churchill Activities and Tutoring, or CHAT, and he agreed to join us today. CHAT is an organization that's incredibly close to my heart, as I previously was the Executive Director of CHAT, and I was excited and honored that Jonathan agreed to join us today. Thanks so much for coming on, Jonathan.
Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to be here.
I'd love just to hear a little bit about why you joined and why you became the Executive Director at CHAT.
There were a couple of things that were taking place for me. One is that I live in Churchill and in the East End of Richmond, and just want to be a part of helping to be a part of the thriving and the flourishing in the community, especially in an area where we have about 75% of the children and teens live under the poverty line, and where a lot of Richmond's poverty and challenges are really concentrated. And so CHAT has a long history of really walking alongside kids and teens and helping them really grow and flourish and become everything that they can be. And so as somebody who's been living here and somebody who's really wanted to be a part of that, that was a big part of my decision to join CHAT in the first place as a volunteer, and then later on as a staff member. In large part due to some of the things that you had helped to catalyze and ways that CHAT was growing and opportunities for CHAT to continue to expand, to make a bigger difference, a deeper difference in the lives of students, and then to scale and impact the lives of more students. I was just really excited about that opportunity as well to help kind of take the baton and keep pushing forward a lot of that work. It's challenging work. As you know, and as anybody who is in nonprofit work or leading a diverse organization or tackling issues like poverty, like race, all of those things are really challenging. And I feel like on any given day, I am pulling out every tool that I have in my toolbox and also trying to add a bunch more. And so in that sense, can be really exhausting and can be really challenging, but it's also really thrilling. And it's something that is really helping me to grow as an individual and as a leader in this environment.
What's been the biggest change at CHAT during your tenure?
That's a challenging question. We've had a couple of different key changes that we've made. One that was in our control and one that was out. Obviously, the one that's been out of our control has been COVID, the pandemic, and all the challenges. And that's created a whole new set of operating conditions for us, restrictions on number of people in a building, all sorts of new policies and procedures that we have to put in place. And so we have been just working day and night over these last few months to really respond to the needs that COVID has posed. And so switching many of our staff to support Richmond Public Schools to help with their food distribution, switching our high school, Churchill Academy, to fully virtual learning over the course of a weekend back in March, and taking on all of the challenges and all the opportunities that virtual learning creates. And now, as we're just a few days from the start of the new school year, really getting in place all the policies and procedures that we need to do to make our building safe and to welcome students back. We're going to take a hybrid approach. We're really going to make sure that every student who's a part of our programming and our after-school programming and our workforce development and our high school has the opportunity to be in our spaces at least once a week. And in many cases, they'll have more opportunities than that. And so that means that it's just a whole new way of operating to make that go. In addition, we're adding more and more virtual opportunities for learning, for growth, for instruction, and for all sorts of kind of development. And so it's just been really fun to see the staff rise to the challenge in the midst of that, and take on all sorts of new tools, learn new systems, find new ways to break through, and really be creative and innovative in that approach. And so I'm excited to really see how these next few weeks go.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. And you alluded to this season pulling on all the different leadership tools and levers. I mean, tell us just from a personal perspective, what that's been like, maybe, if there are people you've looked up to or have admired, maybe even this year, who are those folks?
I've really looked up to some of the work that Praxis Labs has been doing and some of the work that they've done around just really advising how to think about this season, how to think about it not just as a one-time blip, but to say that there are some wholesale, long-lasting changes that will occur. Here are some key steps that you can make in order to really think about that, and some frameworks to really engage with that. I think the other thing is that Yeah, I've just really looked up to a lot of the leaders that we see really communicating with empathy. I'm really communicating with clarity in this time. Locally, just been really grateful for the leadership of Superintendent Camrus and RPS. I'm really grateful for the leadership of Danny Avula, who's the director of Richmond and Henrico's Public Health District, and the conversations that we've had with them about how we can support them and how we can work together have just been really fruitful. And so I've been just really appreciative of local leadership as well.
So as we draw to a close here, anything else you want folks to know about Chat or what you guys are up to?
Yeah, we're moving ahead. About 90% of our budget comes from philanthropic support, and you can key into what we're doing at www.chatrichmond.org and get our updates, see what we're doing in the community. I know Richmond is a really generous community, and lots of your viewers who are here or elsewhere might already have different things that they're supporting. But just want to put out there that, we're serving a lot of students, well over 100, who face really significant challenges before COVID happened. And now the impact of COVID just raises the specter of those challenges and raises the difficulty that they're facing. We're proud of the work that we're doing. We're proud of our students. We're proud of our families and all the ways that they work to overcome those challenges. And we think they're worth investing in. So that's why we're here. And if people are interested in that, we would love for you to join us and be a part of helping empower students and families in the East End of Richmond.
Well, thanks so much, Jonathan, for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Always and excited and honored to talk to you. Also, personally, I'm just so glad that you are in the seat you're in and you're driving things forward. I know the work is really hard, and I'm really thankful that you are in that seat. So, any way that I can help or Charlie can help, I'm sure we'd be more than happy to jump in. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to those who are watching. Really glad you guys are watching, and I certainly encourage you to get involved in chat as well. Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you, guys.